she's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that you'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there.
Hey y'all, so today we are making some Birria pizza. I saw this on Instagram, but I think it came from TikTok as usual. So I went and got this like Birria meat mix, I guess, from Trader Joe's. Actually, I got all these ingredients from Trader Joe's. Cilantro. Y'all, I did clean the cilantro. Y'all just didn't see that part. And I'm going to wash off the onions. You also are not seeing that part just because my kids don't like the boldness of them, so I rinse it just a little bit. And I'm cutting up the cilantro and onions to garnish the pizza with. This mixture is going back in the microwave in a minute. I got these flatbread pizzas for $3.99, you guys. I have a family of 4, and they actually made like 4 pizza, like personalized little flatbread pizzas. Y'all, I forgot to get olive oil, so I'm using this Garlic Expressions marinade. It did the trick, and I suggest y'all go get some because it's 10 out of 10. Put it on everything, salad, your chicken, just go get it. Go get it. I get it from Kroger. I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but yeah. So I'm basting that on the front and the back. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and take some of the sauce from the Birria meat. But you guys, I just want to let y'all know something. That was so hard to get open. Yeah, it was. Anyway, I'm putting that on all 4 of the pizzas. And then I'm going to start garnishing that. That's going back in the microwave to finish cooking. And y'all, the recipe did not call for garlic, but I like garlic on my pizza, so went in the kitchen and just started doing it. So I'm adding this queso cheese that I got from, it's a great value brand, so that's Walmart. And I'm starting to make the pizza. So it's just cheese, and it is the Birria meat. And then I am topping that with some of the Fiesta cheese and onions and cilantro. And then I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I did not put this in the oven. Next time I make this, I will put this in the oven. I did it in the air fryer, but it was so dang good, y'all.
It's really good.
I know, it was nice.
TikTok really be having you in a complete chokehold with the recipes, you guys. Like, Oh, this is called the Birria pizza. Go get you some. Today I want to talk to you guys about the comparison loop. When it comes to comparing yourself to other people, it is like a continuous cycle. And I find myself in that cycle too often, too much, especially due to social media, right? Like, honestly, I find that I compare myself a lot more to my younger peers than my current peers. Like Greta Thunberg, why do I care? We don't even have the same passions. I'm not even where she's at in life. Like, don't get me wrong. I care about a healthy earth. I want it to be healthy, but not to that level. And here I am comparing myself to Greta because she's shaking hands with Barack Obama and literally being pushed into stardom, all because she's passionate about something. To be honest, like, it's her impact that has me comparing and measuring myself to the likes of her, even though our passions aren't aligned, even though she's years and years younger than me. It's just the reality that you see her impact, you see how that impact has garnered her success, and you get to comparing. It doesn't just stop there. So when I think about the comparison loop, these are the things I think about. I think about how it really whirls around social media because we have access to so many people's lives. I mean, imagine prior to Instagram and Facebook, if you can imagine a time like that, we didn't have access to so many people's people's lives. And because of that access, we weren't able to really know what they had going on. So the only time that we would see their success was at award shows or in the newspaper, but you really didn't see everything. You just saw the outcome. And to a certain extent, that's the same. But the thing about social media that we kind of have to, like, I have to kind of remind myself and come back into reality is social media is literally masqueraded. Like, it's staged. It's showing the best parts of yourself. You're not gonna show yourself when you really wake up in the morning, right? You're not gonna show every piece of process of your kitchen. You're gonna clean your kitchen before you show food, before you cooking it, right? Like, there's so many things that you're probably gonna kind of cover up or stage so that you're giving your best self. But we get into that comparison loop because we see the success, we see the results, but we never really know what it took to get there. We never really know what was the pre-staging process, right? Washing your dishes or having a sink full of dishes. You don't see the outcome, what it took to get that family photo where everyone is coordinated and how stressful it was to find clothes that actually coordinated. And as a mom, I know it's not easy, especially when your kids' ages range. So you find yourself just really comparing yourself, but not knowing like what you're actually measuring, because here you are looking at Susie Q's social media, her Instagram, but you really don't know what it took for Susie Q to get to that stage or what it really looks like to be Susie Q. You only see the result. You only see what she wants to show you. So I'm gonna eat the rest of my pizza and then I'll dive more into the comparison. Okay. So here is the reality. When you think about comparison, you really have to think about the impact that it has on your self-esteem. Like for me, when I see like my peers and even my counterparts just like soaring in spaces that I felt like I should have been in, then it kind of impacts my self-esteem. One of the things that I had to learn growing up as a millennial, we were taught like college, which didn't give a lot of room for dreaming and or carving out your own path. You kind of got these pre-made lists of be a doctor, be an engineer, be a social worker, be a teacher, be a lawyer, like these pre-listed options for careers, and then you went with one and now you got one and it's not really aligned to who you really want to be. And now that we see that there are more options, it's really kind of hard to shift and move into another path because college. That was what was pressed upon me. Like, that's the way to have your dream life. That's the way to create the best thing. And then you see your counterparts who are thriving in other spaces, whether it is the arts or whether it's social media itself. They have brands, they are working in social media management and other techie fields that you honestly did not even know was an option. They're living their best life and you're trying to play catch up at all times. And so it really impacts your self-esteem. I know it was impacting my self-esteem because it was like, man, growing up, I want to do something like that. Or I want to do this too. I would have an idea and then I would go on social media thinking like, oh my God, I came up with this great idea. I'm sharing this idea with my family and friends. Like, y'all, I think I got the one. Okay. Like, oh my gosh, like I know exactly what I'm about to do. And then I go on social media and someone is already thriving and doing well in it. And I'm like, this isn't as original as I thought it was. But it still impacts your self-esteem because it makes you shut down. It makes you retreat. It makes you draw back and say, okay, well, I'm not even going to do that. Even if you think about YouTube and other social media platforms, it's like you may want to jump on here, but you always hear how overly saturated it is. And so you start to think to yourself like, well, there's not going to be a space for me. You're watching all of these lifestyle vloggers or all of these beauty vloggers or all of these travel vloggers. And you're like, I can't do that. Like, who's going to want that for me? And man, I wish I could travel, but I don't have that lifestyle. Like, I can't afford that. That's not my world, right? Because I went a different route earlier on in life. You're comparing yourself to a travel vlogger and then you realize they don't have any kids. They don't have any spouses. And so they're free to kind of do that and disperse their money to travel as opposed to their families and their household needs. So it's easy to compare, or you're comparing because you're seeing this person who's vlogging and you may have just stumbled upon them, so you may not know where they started, and they have this beautiful house and they're doing this Sunday reset and it's so clean and modern and all of the good aesthetics that you really wish you had in your home, and it makes you feel like you're playing catch up, like you got to catch up because you don't have that. They're working with the white backdrop in their kitchen and you still working with that awkward brown, like that walnut brown from like the 90s and things like that. But it makes you feel like you have to compare, and it also makes you feel, and more importantly, that you have to compete. And that is one of the things that I struggle with, even joining this platform, which I'm so grateful that I have it. I love doing this content creation and I hope I continue to grow. But one of the things that I had to stop doing in order to not tear myself down and really affect my self-esteem was compete. Instantly you go into competition mode where you're like, oh my God, I got to get this, I got to do this, I gotta have that like the girlies. And the reality is, no, you don't. You got to just be where you are. So I found myself in such a comparison loop for all of 2021, like literally stuck. And even some of 2022, because I was like, you're gonna have to explain to me why I don't have nothing. Like, I need to know why I am stuck here. Like, I make a great wage, I earn really great money, my salary is nice, got all of the things, I'm super this, I'm super that. But like, reality was like, I was just comparing myself. I'm doing the endless scroll and being like, dang, I wish I had this, and dang. And it could go even further than what they have, than their impact, like Greta. It could even be their body, their hair. You will see social media influencers getting their hair done every week, and you're like, dang, I wish. Changing their nails up every couple of days, and it's like, man, the way mine are outgrown right now, I cannot. Your lifestyle is different. Your needs are different. Your wants may even be different, but you get into that comparison loop and you're always trying to compare. And that comparison will lead you to competing. And you're competing with people you don't even know. You're competing with a girl you seen on social media one time. You may have just saw her on your For You page or your recommended page. And now you're like, oh my God. So here are some things that I did to break the comparison loop, because y'all, I was in it deep. Sometimes I still find myself kind of going back. I really discovered that comparing myself to others can be destructive, especially if I'm comparing myself to people who are not even we're not even the same thing. Like, our lives are completely different. So I would never have what they have. It's not happening for me, Chief. Like, that type of situation. So the first thing I do, I have to be self-aware, right? Like, the first thing is to be self-aware. You have to recognize that you are comparing yourself to other people, and you're in that comparison loop when you're scrolling through social media and things like that. Also ask yourself, like, is this motivating or is this discouraging? Am I using this person to motivate me to be more productive, to get things done? Or is it discouraging me, making me feel like I am less than, or I'm inadequate, or I'll never have what I want because I don't look that way, or I can't do this because they don't have kids, or they don't have a family, or whatever your reason could be that you use to kind of discourage yourself or talk down to yourself or use that negative self-talk. You gotta stop. Become self-aware, and then when you realize that if it's taking a dark turn, cut it off. Stop it there and keep on going. The next thing you have to do is you have to create gratitude, cultivate gratitude so that you give yourself a pat on the back. I think I said in my last video that in less than a year, I increased my income not once, but twice. I increased my income $50,000 in less than a year. And when I say I increased my income $50,000, I wasn't at zero, okay? I wasn't close to zero, but it was in addition to. And that was pat on the back, because I could have remained stagnant. I could have kept on making the same money that I was making. I mean, I was able to take care of myself. I was able to take care of my kids. I was able to manage life. So I wasn't struggling, but I would be now, thanks to inflation. But the thing about it is that I knew what I wanted. I knew I needed to increase my income. And it just so happens that God opened the door, not once, but twice, for me to increase my income $50,000. And I'm grateful. And I also have to pat myself on the back because I was still willing to go out there and push myself and strive and obtain the things that I wanted. So that in itself is an accomplishment. In 2021, I had my greatest year ever. I was talking to celebrities at that point. Like, it was that big and massive of a year for me. It was wonderful. Mentorship and friendship and connection that I could have never dreamed I would have had. And I pat myself on the back because one, I had to be willing to throw myself out there, and then two, willing to embrace the opportunities that I was getting by throwing myself out there and keep going within those opportunities. And that's something that I can be boastful about, to say, you did that. Like, girl, you did that. 2021, 2022, girl, you did that. In 2023, you doing it too. Make sure you give yourself that little bit of gratitude because you're doing it. You did that. The other thing that you have to do is just remember that you have to chart your own path. At the end of the day, you are in your own lane. God has given you purpose. He has aligned you to that purpose. You are you're on your way to discovering your purpose. Whatever it may be, you are in a lane all by yourself. It does not matter what's going on with the traffic around you. As long as nothing is coming at you, you are on your way. And so worrying about what someone else is doing does not help you. The world is going to move around regardless, right? People are always going to be moving, shaking, having success, getting great things, doing great things, elevating us, giving us more technology, giving us more opportunities. Like, it's still going to continue to go, but you need to just chart your own course and stay on it. Don't let yourself veer off to the left or to the right, because those other people's lanes are not your lane. And you may veer and realize what looks so amazing is a facade and it is nothing but bumpy roads full of potholes. Like, you don't want it because you're on your own life's journey and you just got to stay there. And that's what I had to learn. Like, I'm on my own life journey. My life experiences, everything that I've experienced is in this lane. The reason I'm in this lane and the reason I've experienced what I've experienced is because I have my own lane. I'm on my own course. I'm not worried about what nobody is. I'm not running a race either. Like, we on cruise control and we're trusting in God to lead us there. He's our GPS. We can just sit back and relax. Well, not sit back and relax, but trust that we're going to make our destiny. We're going to make it to our destination. And the fourth thing that I had to stop doing was self-comparing. I'm somebody's blueprint right now. Somebody out there was like, ooh, I want that. Or, ooh, look at what she has. Somebody is really out there comparing themselves to me and my unique journey. And they're probably like, oh my God, like, regardless of what it is, there's something about my life, your life, that people may want. It could be your marriage, it could be your house, it could be your car, it could be your career, your nails, your hair, your lips. What I'm saying is it could be physical, it could be something that you've gotten through monetary gain, it could be your personality, your infectious smile, your relationship with God. It could be so many things. So as you continue on your own unique journey, self-compare and remind yourself the only person that you're competing with is you. You're competing with the you yesterday so that you can be better than the you yesterday. And that's the only person that you need to compete with. Tawana from yesterday. So that this Tawana today can be better and Tawana tomorrow can even be better than Tawana today. Like, that is what I had to tell myself. Like, we got our own thing. What is for me is going to be for me. God's already figured that out. Only thing I got to do is align. And once I got aligned, it's going to come. It might be cruise control. You might be speeding to that destination. Either way it goes, you're gonna reach it. And that's what I had to tell myself. All right, if you guys have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Tawana. If you wanna help me grow, all you have to do is click that subscribe button. If you wanna know every time I upload, click that notification bell. It will notify you. And make sure that you guys share this video and give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you can relate. Send me those golden hearts. I love to see them to let me know you are here. Until next time, you guys. Bye, y'all.